Hi, this is the first lesson in our course, step by step how to create a time schedule using Primavera P6 and Excel 2010. Now we have a sample BOQ, Bill of Quantities. We will go through this Bill of Quantities to create our work breakdown structure, WBS. The first thing I will do, I will create our WBS file and I'll call it WBS dash activity list. I'll put some columns here which I'll start filling later on. My first thing will be the BOQ reference, and here the division of work, then activity ID, then the activity name, and the BOQ description, and the quantity, BOQ quantity, and the unit, the rate, distribution percentage. We'll know what is the use of each column now, and the amount. Before I go to the BOQ, I should go to the drawing first to check how many floors is the building and what is the contents of the building. Now our project, our sample project here, it is a 3 floors building with roof floor. So we will try to make now our work breakdown structure, but in the same time we are going to use the data to make the cost loading later on. So now we will define our work breakdown structure and the cost associated with each activity. I will make this one like a table. Can center everything from here. Okay. Before I go to put the activity name and BOQ description from the bill of quantity, I will create my WBS. So in the work breakdown structure we have substructure, the substructure we mean everything under the ground. So we have substructure, then we have superstructure. It means we will complete adding after the superstructure. We'll add the rough finishes, then we'll add final finishes, and we'll add electrical works, mechanical works, firefighting, This will be our WBS work breakdown structure, and of course it is varied from project to project. So you have to check what is the contents of your projects, what is the elements you have, then you'll add it. Add the conveying system, which is elevator and escalator. Conveying system. Then we'll have here close out. This is the main elements of our WBS. Now we can change the header and start filling this to create the levels. Underneath each level of this one, we will add another level. So here under substructure, we will add another level. We'll give it different color. Let's say earthwork. Which include excavation and backfilling, and after earthwork we'll put concrete works, and we have as well waterproofing. And the superstructure will make it per floor. You can add floor like ground floor. And first floor. Second floor. As we said, our project here, our sample project, 3 floors and roof. So just should be third floor. And the last thing is roof floor. And I repeat the same WBS in the rough finishes and final finishes as well. And electrical works, mechanical works, firefighting, conveying system. Usually you are putting it for all floors. So this one we can name it all floors. And the closeout will be for the rough finishes, final finishes, electrical work, mechanical work, firefighting, conveying system. I can copy, insert code cells, then I'll change the color for the level to match with the proper level. Sorry, I missed this one. Now we'll go to the BOQ to start picking up each activity and putting the quantities and the items under each individual WBS. Let's see how to do it. This is our sample BOQ. Usually the BOQ is divided into several divisions. Standard, the division 2 is site construction, division 3 is concrete works, division 4 masonry, and so on. This is standard division you should find in each bill of quantity. We'll start from the division 2 one by one until we finish all the division in the BOQ. And once we finish an item, we'll fill it by a color to know that we finished this item, and to check, double check at the end of this process that we didn't forget any item in the BOQ. So the first thing, I will make the excavation. I have excavation, and I have three types of the excavation: for the mat foundation, isolated footing, and grade beams. So I'll create this first thing in my WBS activity under earthwork. I'll create an activity, and I'll call the activity excavation work. And I will give this activity some type of different color, so to be identified as activity. I have three different types from the excavation, so I'll copy 3 rows. I'll insert the 3 rows here, and I'll go back to the sample BOQ. I'll just delete the spaces, and I'll copy up to here. I'll go to my activity list. I'll paste a special here. Okay, the use of the percentage column we have if this item repeated in additional floors, but so we'll put a percentage for each floor here. But once the excavation only under earthwork and substructure, so the percentage will be 100%. First of all, we have to modify this one to make it as a percentage. Then we'll type 100%, 100%, 100%, and we'll create our formula to multiply this by the rate by the quantity, and we can drag the same formula, and we'll make this submission to sum the activity budget cost. And here we'll format these cells to show numbers with separator for easy. I'll save the sheet at this stage. Then I'll go to again to my bill of quantity. I'll fill this one by some color, so I know I finished this item. Now I'll go to the pack filling. I'll create a new activity for the pack filling. I'll copy this one, insert copied cells. I'll take one from here, insert copied cells, and I will call this pack filling works. And I will go to the sample BOQ. I'll copy this 3 and I'll put it here. I'll fix the formula, and now save. I'll fill this one by a color, so we finish. Now we finish this division of work, which is site construction. We should put here the division of work, put it 2. This will be easy later on to monitor different divisions. Okay, I'll go to the division 3, the concrete work. I have here the concrete work, the blinding, which is related to the footings. I have 3 types of blinding, so I'll create an activity for the concrete work with 3 type concrete work, and I'll call it blinding concrete. I can copy this, blinding concrete, and I'll copy the values. Here I have to just delete these rows. Then I'll copy this one to my sample here, and this one should be working perfectly. The percentage is 100% because the whole amount of the whole quantity of the blinding is belong to the blinding concrete. Okay, I'll save. I'll put the color here. After the blinding, we have here the slab on grade. So we'll create a new activity for the slab on grade. I'll take this one once it is one activity only. If I copy it and insert copied cells, the formulas and everything will be fine. So this one will be slab on grade, and I'll copy from here the items, save, and I fill this by color not to get confused. Okay, now we go to the isolated footing. Go to the isolated footing. We have grade beam, we have mat foundation. So the grade beam usually after the isolated footing. So the first thing I'll make footings in my this one. I'll think it's more than 3. I'll copy this one. I put it before trying to make the sequence. This all should be 3, by the way. This is division 3. So here I'll call it RC footing. I'll delete this one. The first thing I have isolated footing, copy, I'll paste it here. Then I'll give it a color, grade beam I'll pass it. Then I have mat foundation. Fill it. Then I have, after doing these two, then I have to do the grade beam and water tank. So I'll go to this one and I will delete. Check that the formula is working fine. So this is RC footing. I'll copy RC footing again and I'll make a new activity for grade beam and water tank walls. It depends on the sequence of your work. You should go to the drawing and check what is the sequence and method statement. So this will be grade beam and water tank walls. Okay, this is the grade beams. And here, don't forget to fill it, water tank walls. And I fill it. Water tank top slab, I have to check where it is. Now, if I'm going to the after grade beam, we have another stage which could be the column next. So I'll create a new one. I'll put it column next. Then here I'll copy the column and in that case I'll give it percentage 10%, only 10% for the columns, and here I have to give it another color. It means I took a portion of it but the remaining portion not yet finished, and I'll take the cores as well. I'll give it 10%. I'll check this formula is working, everything is okay. I will save again. So this is a column next. I give it the same color. Now we'll distribute the column and course in the remaining floor to close this item and for the distribution. From the column next, we'll copy underground floor and we'll call it ground floor columns, and we'll change the percentage into 25%. Then we'll copy it again, then we will copy it again in the first floor, second floor, third floor, and roof floor. We'll change the percentage into 20 from the first floor. This percentage distribution could be done by the quantity surveyor. Then 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. To check the percentage distribution, we make a check. This equal to 10% here, plus 25, plus 20, plus 15, plus 15, plus 15. It equal to 100%. So now we distributed the column into the floors. Here we'll change this one to first floor column, second floor column, third floor column, and roof floor column. We'll do the same concept for everything in the BOQ. Once we finish this one, we will go to the BOQ and change this color into yellow. It means we completed the distribution. Now we have to make the distribution for the slabs, drop beams, and the stairs the same. So you can download now the file, completed file with the distribution. I just give you the concept of distributing the items and creating activities with the WBS. Now from down this video window, you will find a download link for the BOQ sample and for the file, complete file for the distribution will be used for our next lessons. Thank you very much.